Hey guys, welcome to Mission Quest Stage 3 in DFFOO Global. This stage requires you to use characters from the Final Fantasy VI series. So what I have here is a 3-turn run consisting of a party of General Leo, Setzer and Terra. General Leo and Terra are fully built, but I don't have Setzer's PT, so Setzer is only up till his FR. Also, I have U2 crystal passives equipped on everyone, giving them 2 consecutive turns at the start. Also to note, from the start, you want to focus all your attacks on one boss. Doesn't matter, you can choose boss A or boss B, but focus every attack on one boss and do not change targets. Technically, Terra is also flexible. If you don't have Terra, you can use any other FF6 characters that does have access to echoes and a green PT. For example, you could use someone like Edgar as well. Note also that with Terra, I did remove Meltdown Lite and buff attack speed up passives. You can also refer to the video description to see which passives I removed. At the start, I had General Leo use PT+, use his call, and then I swapped him out for the selfie friend. With the 5 turns, you want to use 4 walls and then 1 LD. The LD helps to push the bosses back and also of course sets up Selfie's Rapture debuff, allowing you to launch with every attack, which not only sets up for a huge BT mode later on, but importantly at the start, the repeated launches here helps you to quickly fill up the Brother Summon gauge. And I am relying on Summon mode to win the Force gauge race against the bosses. With Setzer, I don't even bother with S1 or S2, you don't need either of them. Just use double LD on his turn. If you have the Aerith LD call, I would also recommend to use that so that you can prevent the bosses from buffing themselves each time they hit a 20% HP threshold. Those buffs are pretty irritating because it makes the bosses extremely tanky and you would need to break the bosses to remove them. That shouldn't be a problem since you have Setzer and his rainbow damage, but you might as well just prevent the buffs in the first place. Coming to Terra's turn, the summon gauge is finally fully maxed out. So firstly what I did is use PT+, since you can't use PT+ in summon mode. And then I pop summon to keep the turn count at 2. Importantly here with Terra, do not use Meteor at all because Meteor would buff her with speed up and can potentially mess up the turn order. So instead what I do is just spam Meltdown. Because I've removed Meltdown Lite and buff attack speed up, the Meltdown attack still is a little bit high turn rate but doesn't significantly change the turn order that much. The moment Selfie gets her turn, General Leo will come back in. Now notice that General Leo has 2 turns inside summon mode. The first of which you just want to continue on the same target as you did from the start of the fight. The whole idea is you want to bring the first target as low as possible because pretty soon you'll be switching targets for the PT mode. Setzer gets a turn here and I just use his EX. You can also use LD if you want to, doesn't really matter too much. Terra's EX is turn rate neutral, so I think that's the best attack to use here without messing up the turn order. The turn order now is actually perfect as you soon see. Anyway, finally General Leo gets a turn. On this turn, which is the second last turn in summon mode, you want to switch targets to the other boss, so the one with more HP, and then use LD to set up precision strike on this boss. This attack should also be the attack that brings you to 100% force gauge which is nice because Setzer gets next turn and Setzer's FR is the one that you want to use to enter into force time. From this point on, since Precision Strike is on boss B, you want to focus all your attacks on boss B, do not target the other boss or you will not trigger Leo's follow-up attack. On Terra's turn, the first thing that you want to do is use the Lunafreya LD call. Yes, this is kind of a waste of one force time turn, but the payoff is huge because you also give both General Leo and Setzer consecutive turns. Plus, you give Terra 3 consecutive turns here with the call, which allows you to use double FR echoes and BT mode. Since I'm using Terra though, I decided to waste one more turn of force time by using LD. This is just to help to build a force gauge bonus. If you're using another character such as Edgar, just go double echoes into BT mode. In Terra's BT mode, firstly you don't want to use Meteor because Meteor will buff her with speed up and you really don't want to mess up the turn order. Secondly, and this is very important, do not use LD too late. You want to use LD at the latest, the second turn in BT mode, do not use it any later than that. The reason is the LD will give her 4 turns of the LD buff, and if that buff remains after the BT mode is over, Terra will get a few more consecutive turns after that, which isn't ideal because she will be ticking down the force time turns. And what you actually want to happen is to pass the turn to General Leo after Terra is done with her BT mode. So long story short, I used her LD on the second turn in her BT mode. From there, I just spam Meltdown, and I did use one EX and of course her force before BT mode is over. I'm not too sure if the EX is the right idea. It might be worth actually using Meltdown over EX, only because Meltdown has higher splash damage. Anyway, the whole goal of the BT mode here is to kill off one of the bosses, because General Leo will be able to take care of the remaining boss after this.
楽しいね。
仲間だもん。
悪く思うな。いただき。せい。勝たせてもらう。
Okay, so boss B is dead, which is pretty good because this way I also get to use the BT finisher on boss A for some nice damage before passing the turn over to General Leo. Terra seems to have 2 more turns in the turn order bar after this, but that's just a sort of like a visual glitch because she had her LD buff up earlier. The turn order will rearrange itself after BT mode. From here it's pretty much over. I still have 2 more turns of force time. Not to mention Setzer also still have 1 more turn of echoes left, so you actually have quite a lot of leeway here. If you need the damage, just go double echoes with General Leo and then 1 echo with Setzer and finish off the boss, which should be way more than enough damage. I only needed 1 echo with Leo. To keep the turn count at 3, I actually used the Seymour base call here to finish off the boss. So that's it for this run. As always, if the video has been helpful, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I will see you guys in the next mission quest. Bye!